Ladies and gentlemen's love. It's a word that holds universes within it, yet it's one of the most misunderstood and misused concepts in our lives. Everyone seeks it, longs for it, and dreams of it. But how many of us truly understand what love is or how to find the real thing? Today, I want to talk about what you can do if you need real love in your life: genuine, unconditional, and transformative love. Loving yourself is the cornerstone of finding real love. It's not just a simple idea or an abstract concept, it's the foundation upon which all meaningful relationships are built. Often people search for love in others without realizing that the most important relationship they'll ever have is the one with themselves. Self-love isn't selfish or egotistical, it's an essential form of self-respect and the key to unlocking deeper connections with others. To truly love yourself, you must first embrace who you are at your core, acknowledge your strengths and weaknesses, and develop a sense of worthiness that doesn't rely on external validation. One of the first steps in loving yourself is self-acceptance. This means recognizing that you are human, and like everyone else, you have imperfections. It's easy to focus on what you perceive as flaws, whether they are physical, emotional, or behavioral, but real self-love comes from seeing those imperfections as part of what makes you unique. When you stop striving for an unattainable standard of perfection and begin to appreciate yourself as you are, you create space for genuine love to grow. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, "This is who I am," and that's enough. Self-love also involves forgiving yourself for past mistakes. Too often, people carry guilt and shame that weigh heavily on their sense of self-worth. These emotions can create barriers that make it difficult to believe you deserve love. But the truth is, everyone makes mistakes. They're an inevitable part of life and growth. Learning from them and letting go of self-criticism is a powerful act of love. By forgiving yourself, you free your mind from the chains of regret and open your heart to the possibility of love, both from yourself and others. Another critical aspect of loving yourself is treating yourself with kindness and compassion. Many people are quick to offer encouragement and support to others, but struggle to extend the same courtesy to themselves. Start by paying attention to your inner dialogue. If you find that it's filled with harsh judgments or negative self-talk, make a conscious effort to shift the narrative. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend with words of kindness, understanding, and encouragement. When you nurture a positive inner voice, you strengthen your emotional resilience and create a foundation for self-love. Setting boundaries is another essential component of self-love. Loving yourself means understanding your worth and protecting your energy. It's about recognizing that you don't have to say yes to everything and everyone. When you prioritize your needs and establish healthy boundaries, you send a clear message to yourself and others that you value and respect your well-being. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They're about ensuring that your relationships are balanced and that you are not sacrificing your happiness for the sake of others. Taking care of your physical and emotional health is also a profound expression of self-love. This involves adopting habits that nourish your body, such as eating nutritious foods, getting regular exercise, and ensuring you get enough rest. On an emotional level, it means allowing yourself to feel and process your emotions without judgment. Instead of bottling up your feelings or dismissing them, practice acknowledging and validating them. By taking care of your overall well-being, you reinforce the idea that you are worth the effort and investment. Self-love also means embracing your individuality and celebrating what makes you unique. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others, especially in a world dominated by social media where everyone seems to be living their best life. However, comparison is the thief of joy. Instead of focusing on what others have or what you lack, shift your attention to your own journey and achievements. Celebrate your strengths, talents, and the qualities that set you apart. When you embrace your individuality, you attract people who appreciate and love you for who you truly are. Self-love isn't a destination, it's a continuous practice. It requires daily effort and mindfulness. There will be days when you feel confident and at peace with yourself, and there will be days when self-doubt creeps in. On those days, remind yourself of your intrinsic worth. Engage in practices that help you reconnect with yourself, whether it's through meditation, journaling, spending time in nature, or pursuing hobbies that bring you joy. These activities not only strengthen your relationship with yourself, but also remind you of the beauty and value you bring to the world. But loving yourself also has a ripple effect on your relationships with others. When you have a strong sense of self-worth, you naturally attract people who respect and appreciate you. You no longer feel the need to seek validation or approval from others because you already know your value. This allows you to approach relationships from a place of abundance rather than neediness, creating healthier and more fulfilling connections. Real love becomes possible when you love yourself first, because you are no longer looking for someone to fill a void, but rather to complement the love you already have within. Loving yourself is the ultimate form of empowerment. It's about owning your story, embracing your truth, and recognizing that you are deserving of love just as you are. When you cultivate self-love, you not only transform your relationship with yourself, but also open the door to experiencing real, authentic love in all areas of your life. So take the time to invest in yourself, nurture your soul, and let your love for yourself radiate outward. It's the first and most important step toward finding the real love you seek. Defining what love means to you is an essential step in finding real love, yet it's often overlooked in the pursuit of relationships. People frequently dive into the idea of love without pausing to truly understand what it is they're looking for. This lack of clarity can lead to confusion, frustration, and even heartbreak. To attract and nurture real love, it's crucial to take the time to reflect on and define what love means to you personally, as it's a deeply individual experience. Your definition of love becomes the compass that guides your choices and relationships, helping you align with what truly fulfills you. To begin defining love, it's important to acknowledge that love is multifaceted. It isn't just a feeling of passion or infatuation, it's a complex blend of emotions, actions, values, and intentions. Love can be romantic, platonic, familiar, or even self-directed, and each type of love may hold different meanings for you. Start by asking yourself what role love plays in your life and how it makes you feel when you experience it. Reflect on the moments when you felt deeply loved or when you've loved someone unconditionally. These experiences can provide insight into what love truly means to you. One effective way to define love is to think about the qualities and values that you associate with it. For some, love might mean trust and honesty. For others, it could be about kindness, patience, or shared dreams. Spend time considering what you value most in a loving relationship. Is it emotional support? Shared experiences. The ability to grow together. By identifying the core elements that resonate with you, you create a blueprint for recognizing real love when you encounter it. It's also helpful to examine what love is not. Many people confuse love with dependency, control, or fleeting infatuation. These are not sustainable foundations for a healthy relationship. Understanding what love doesn't look like can help you avoid situations where your emotional needs are unmet or compromised. For instance, if someone's behavior consistently disrespects your boundaries, it's not love, no matter how much passion or excitement may exist in the relationship. Defining love involves drawing clear lines between what is healthy and supportive and what is toxic or harmful. Another important aspect of defining love is recognizing that it's not just about receiving, it's also about giving. Love is reciprocal, and real love involves a balance of give and take. Consider what you are willing to offer in a relationship. Are you prepared to be patient, empathetic, and understanding? Are you willing to support someone else's dreams while pursuing your own? By reflecting on how you express love, you can better understand the kind of partnership you want to build and the qualities you seek in another person. Defining love also means acknowledging the role of compatibility. Love alone is not always enough to sustain a relationship. Shared values, mutual respect, and a common vision for the future are critical components of real love. Think about what compatibility means to you. Do you prioritize similar life goals like marriage, children, or career aspirations? Do you value intellectual stimulation, shared hobbies, or a particular lifestyle? By identifying what compatibility looks like, you can focus your energy on relationships that align with your vision of love. Clarity about love also requires an understanding of your emotional needs. Everyone has unique needs in a relationship, and real love is about meeting those needs in a way that feels authentic and fulfilling. Take the time to identify what makes you feel loved and appreciated. Is it words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, or gifts? These are often referred to as love languages, and understanding yours can help you communicate your needs effectively to a partner. At the same time, it's important to learn your partner's love language to ensure that you're meeting their needs as well. As you define love, remember that it's a dynamic and evolving concept. Your definition may change over time as you grow and gain new experiences. What you valued in a relationship at one stage of life might shift as your priorities and perspectives evolve. Allow yourself the freedom to revisit and refine your understanding of love as you learn more about yourself and the relationships you've had. This flexibility ensures that your definition of love remains aligned with your personal growth. Defining love requires a commitment to authenticity. It's easy to adopt societal or cultural expectations about what love should look like, but real love comes from aligning with your own truth. Let go of preconceived notions or external pressures about what love should be. Instead, focus on what feels genuine and meaningful to you. When you embrace your unique perspective on love, you attract relationships that are rooted in authenticity and mutual respect. By taking the time to define what love means to you, you empower yourself to make choices that align with your values and emotional needs. This clarity not only helps you recognize real love when it appears, but also ensures that you build relationships that are fulfilling, supportive, and enduring. Love, in its truest form, begins with understanding, and that understanding starts with you. Being authentic and vulnerable is at the heart of experiencing real love. True love is built on honesty, openness, and the courage to show your genuine self to another person. Many people hide behind masks, projecting an image of what they think others want to see, but this approach prevents real connection. Authenticity is about embracing who you truly are, your strengths, weaknesses, quirks, and imperfections, and sharing that with someone else without fear of judgment. Vulnerability is the willingness to expose your heart, even when there's a risk of rejection or hurt, because only through such openness can deep, meaningful connections flourish. To be authentic, you must first understand yourself. This requires introspection and self-awareness. Take the time to reflect on your values, desires, and boundaries. What drives you? What makes you happy? What are your non-negotiables in a relationship? By identifying these aspects of yourself, you can live in alignment with your true nature. Authenticity means living in a way that reflects your inner truth, even when it's challenging. It's about showing up as yourself, not pretending to be someone else to fit in or be accepted. When you live authentically, you invite others to connect with the real you, not just a facade. Vulnerability, on the other hand, is about letting someone see the parts of you that you might be tempted to hide. It's about saying, this is who I am with all my fears, hopes, and scars. Vulnerability requires bravery because it involves risking your emotions. It's not easy to admit when you're scared, to share your dreams that others might not understand, or to reveal wounds from your past. Yet, it's through this raw honesty that the deepest bonds are formed. When you allow someone to see you as you are, you create an opportunity for true intimacy to develop. Authenticity and vulnerability don't mean oversharing or exposing yourself indiscriminately. It's important to build trust and create a safe space where openness can thrive. Vulnerability should be mutual. It's a give and take that deepens the connection between two people. Share parts of yourself gradually as the relationship grows. This allows trust to build naturally and ensures that your openness is met with respect and care. Authenticity isn't about forcing others to accept you. It's about inviting them to know the real you while being prepared to walk away from situations where you aren't valued. One of the biggest barriers to authenticity and vulnerability is fear of rejection, judgment, or being seen as weak. Many people put up emotional walls to protect themselves from getting hurt. While these walls may offer temporary security, they also keep love at bay. Real love can only thrive in an environment of trust and openness. To embrace vulnerability, you must let go of the fear of imperfection. Understand that no one is perfect, and the people who truly love you will accept you as you are. In fact, it's often your imperfections that make you relatable and lovable. Being authentic also means staying true to your emotions. If you're hurt, say so. If you're happy, express it. If you're uncertain, admit it. Suppressing your feelings to avoid conflict or appear strong only creates distance in relationships. Vulnerability is about being honest with yourself and others, even when it feels uncomfortable. It's about having the courage to ask for what you need, to admit when you're wrong, and to apologize when necessary. These acts of vulnerability demonstrate strength, not weakness, and they pave the way for deeper understanding and connection. Authenticity and vulnerability are also vital in setting boundaries. When you're authentic, you're clear about your needs and limits. Vulnerability allows you to communicate those boundaries honestly, even when it's hard. For example, expressing that a certain behavior hurts you or that you need more time for yourself requires both authenticity and courage. These moments of honesty strengthen relationships because they show that you value yourself and the connection enough to address difficult issues. Being vulnerable inspires others to do the same. When you share your true self, you create a space where others feel safe to be authentic as well. This mutual openness fosters trust and creates a bond that's difficult to break. In contrast, relationships built on pretense or guardedness often lack depth and fail to stand the test of time. Vulnerability may feel risky, but it's the key to forming connections that are real, enduring, and meaningful. Embracing authenticity and vulnerability also means accepting the possibility of rejection. Not everyone will appreciate or understand the real you, and that's okay. Authenticity isn't about being liked by everyone, it's about being true to yourself and finding those who value you for who you are. Rejection can be painful, but it's also an opportunity to learn and grow. It helps you refine your understanding of what you want and deserve in a relationship, guiding you closer to the love you seek. Being authentic and vulnerable allows you to experience love in its truest form. So it's not about perfection or putting on a show, it's about sharing your heart and soul with another person. It's about letting someone see the real you and loving them enough to let them do the same. Authenticity and vulnerability may feel uncomfortable at times, but they are the foundation of real love that is honest, deep, and transformative. By embracing these qualities, you open yourself to the possibility of love that is as genuine and beautiful as the person you are. Practicing self-love and self-respect is the cornerstone of attracting and maintaining real love. Before you can truly give or receive love, you must cultivate a healthy relationship with yourself. This begins with recognizing your inherent worth and treating yourself with kindness, compassion, and dignity. Real love starts from within, and the way you see and treat yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. Self-love is not about arrogance or selfishness, it's about valuing yourself and your well-being. It involves accepting yourself as you are, acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses, and embracing your unique qualities. This acceptance creates a foundation of inner peace and confidence that radiates outward, drawing others to you. When you love yourself, you don't seek validation from external sources because you know your value. This sense of self-worth is attractive and magnetic as it demonstrates that you are secure in who you are. One of the key aspects of self-love is self-care. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being is a powerful act of love. It involves making time for activities that nourish your body, mind, and spirit, such as exercising, eating well, pursuing hobbies, and resting when needed. Self-care also means setting boundaries to protect your energy and saying no to people or situations that drain you. When you prioritize your well-being, you send a clear message to yourself and others that you are worthy of care and respect. Self-respect goes hand in hand with self-love. It's about upholding your values, honoring your boundaries, and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. When you respect yourself, you don't tolerate behavior that undermines your dignity or well-being. You communicate your needs clearly and assertively, and you walk away from relationships or situations that fail to honor your worth. Self-respect is empowering because it reminds you that you are in control of your life and choices. Practicing self-love and self-respect also involves forgiving yourself for past mistakes. Everyone has made decisions they regret or experienced moments of failure, but holding on to guilt or shame only hinders your ability to love yourself fully. Forgiveness is a liberating act that allows you to move forward with grace and compassion. It's a reminder that you are human and deserving of love, even when you've stumbled. By forgiving yourself, you create space for growth and transformation, which are essential for building healthy relationships. Another crucial element of self-love is positive self-talk. The way you speak to yourself shapes your self-perception and influences your emotional well-being. Replace self-critical thoughts with affirming and encouraging ones. Instead of focusing on your flaws, celebrate your achievements and qualities. For example, rather than saying, "I'm not good enough," remind yourself, "I am capable and worthy of love." Over time, this practice shifts your mindset, helping you build confidence and self-assurance. Practicing self-love also requires being patient with yourself. Personal growth and self-acceptance are ongoing journeys, and it's normal to have setbacks along the way. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding you would offer a loved one. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and remind yourself that you are a work in progress. This attitude fosters resilience and self-trust, which are essential for navigating life and relationships. When you love and respect yourself, you set the tone for how others treat you. People are drawn to those who exude confidence and self-worth because it signals that you know what you deserve and won't settle for less. This energy naturally attracts healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Additionally, when you love yourself, you're better equipped to love others. You can give from a place of abundance rather than neediness, creating relationships that are balanced and reciprocal. Self-love and self-respect also help you recognize red flags in relationships. When you value yourself, you're less likely to tolerate toxic behaviors or settle for partners who don't meet your standards. You become more discerning about the people you allow into your life, focusing on those who align with your values and treat you with kindness and respect. This discernment ensures that your relationships are built on a foundation of mutual love and appreciation. Self-love is empowering because it reminds you that you are whole and complete on your own. You don't need a relationship to validate your worth or fulfill you. Instead, you see relationships as an opportunity to share your love and joy with someone else, not as a means to fill a void. This perspective frees you from the fear of being alone and allows you to approach love from a place of strength and abundance. Practicing self-love and self-respect is a lifelong commitment to nurturing your well-being and honoring your worth. It's about building a relationship with yourself that is rooted in kindness, compassion, and authenticity. When you cultivate this inner love, it transforms not only how you see yourself, but also how you experience relationships. You become a magnet for real love that is grounded in mutual respect, understanding, and connection. By loving and respecting yourself, you create the foundation for a life filled with joy, fulfillment, and meaningful relationships.